Welcome to Season 3 of the Biz Show, sponsored by Invest Choir. Discover what's next with this insightful podcast. And now, your hosts, Barry and Lisa.
Hi, Barry. How are you today?
Hey, Lisa. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a beautiful sunny day today, and it is Friday.
It is. You know, the sun came out. It was like overcast all day today until just now.
Yeah, we're going to have a great weekend, I think, coming up.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
No, don't burst my
Thunderstorms
bubble.
and lightning.
Barry.
I'm just a messenger, okay?
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to Palm Desert, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, it might not rain out there, but we're supposed to get actually thunderstorms and lightning here.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, welcome to the Biz Show, guys.
Yeah, welcome
Episode
back.
3.
Yes, thank you all listeners for joining us today. We're so excited.
Yes, we are excited. We actually have a guest here in the studio today, huh?
I know, and I get to see you in person.
I know, it's been a while since we've actually done it.
I forgot what you look like.
I tried to forget what you look like.
But you're very handsome today, Barry.
Not at all. You are very beautiful, as always. As always.
Thank you. Well, anyway, we're so excited to have Jake Grgurina with us today. He is part of the Lisa Marie Manifold real estate team at the agency in Corona Del Mar. He is a senior at Cal State Fullerton, graduating in just a few weeks. So we're excited to have him.
Wait, what's your name?
Lisa Marie Manifold.
Oh, so he works for you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's correct.
All right, you got the boss in the office, so you better behave.
I do. Best behavior today.
Oh, we have such a good time. We have fun working together.
This is going to be a fun podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
It's definitely going to be a fun
Thanks for being here
podcast.
today, Jake.
Thank you so much for having me. So excited to be here.
We're looking forward to digging into the mind of Jake, seeing where you came from, where you're at, and then where you're heading, and then some of your obstacles along the way, right?
Absolutely.
So...
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we'll start the podcast, you guys. So, I had Jake join the team because he wanted to become a licensed real estate agent. He also has expressed an interest in selling businesses, as I do, and also the commercial real estate side. So he's ready to take it all on. And so we just kind of want to explore, how important was it for you to spend 4 years in college and earning your degree to help you define what your profession in real estate looks like? And how did you even come to that decision?
And what is your degree?
So I am getting my degree in finance.
Finance. All right. That's a good one to get it in.
It is. Yeah. I really like finance. Ever since I turned 18, I've always been super into stocks, securities, stuff like that. And I came to school actually for wealth management originally. And at first, I really didn't know if school was going to be worth it for me long term. And that's just because I've never really been a big school guy. I've always kind of been more of an applied learner, I guess, so to speak. And so kind of going through college, though, my kind of view of it really started to change as I got kind of higher and higher up into my classes. And I actually had a really kind of transformational moment in community college with a teacher of mine who was teaching financial accounting. And it was my first class that I had really just enjoyed going to, and really just enjoyed learning what I was actually being taught in there. And so kind of after that, I started to kind of figure out I'm starting to like this stuff, and I didn't really know exactly where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. And then kind of as I kept going through college and going through more of these finance classes, I started to realize that it's sort of less about what you learn in school and in class and more about what you learn about yourself. And so, knowing that all of these things, every single point that was being made in class, I wasn't going to apply, I started to figure out kind of more about myself and how I can really structure my day, how I organize myself, and just kind of how I keep myself motivated to continuously learn.
It's funny that you say that, right? I had my post-secondary teaching credentials, and I taught at UCLA and Loyola Marymount, business and computer science. And I learned in having all these students that you're teaching that is critical for the student to understand really the direction and focus that they want, how they're going to learn it and stuff like that. What I learned is, I can give a lecture and I can talk about all this stuff, but everybody learns differently.
That's right. Yeah. And I think a lot of the time the kids are, not being forced, but being asked to go to college or promoted to go to college by their parents and, guided into that direction, but they're really not sure what they want to do or be.
Right.
And so it's great to have those 4 years to really grow into, what are your passions, what are your interests, and then to learn them along the way because you have such great teachers or mentors that you meet.
Yeah. So you had a teacher that kind of just made you, the key word, pivot, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's exactly what it was. I really, it was funny. I would go into class and I remember my first day in that class, it was almost like black and white. I was going in there just with my same mindset that I had always had, like just get in class, get your work done and get out. And I just slowly but surely started just really, really liking what I was learning. And it really helped that this teacher was super engaging too.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's the key
it's a big thing.
And that's the
Good
one
teacher.
thing that I learned, right? To be engaging. And students, if the teacher's boring and they're just teaching out of the book and this is that, then right?
Right.
Whereas I would take, because I also had a consulting practice, I would bring real life problems to the classroom. And then as the classroom, we would solve them.
So they all would engage.
All of them were, because they knew now that a business relies on what they're doing. So it almost became kind of like a job. What do you got for us, Greg? Come on, bring us something,
Yes, exactly.
And everyone, I the attendance in my class was the highest of the entire UCLA because of that.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too that students are really able to see just the passion in teachers. Yeah. And there's a big difference between teachers that are just there to just get through the day, teach, and just kind of go, through like their 9 to 5, so to speak. And then the teachers, excuse me, that really care about their students and really care about what they're teaching. And you can tell they're just so passionate about it and, through their background, the way that they explain things, their curriculum.
And they want to ignite that passion in you.
They do.
Right?
And exactly. And that's kind of, I think, really what separates a good teacher from a bad one is just being able to ignite that fire because, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be teaching a class where every single student in there is super passionate about business writing or whatever it may be. And so you have to have the ability as a teacher to, bring that topic up and really be able to teach it in a way that the students are actually finding that spark, finding that fire and being able to apply it and, whether it be the rest of their school or, their careers down the line.
Exactly. Great segue because we met about 8 months ago when you joined the team and I have to definitely say, and you've seen Jake multiple times now. Yeah, that your passion is just really, really on fire and you're eager to learn and you just like dive right into everything that I've asked you to do. And I think that interning in this job is a great way to know whether you want to, take it into a career after you graduate. So
absolutely. What
is the answer? I don't know if you're leaving me or not.
Well, I sure hope not. So that's kind of the thing with
way to put them on the spot.
I know, right?
Do I need to find somebody else?
Well, I hope not. That's kind of the
Jake.
thing with that first year real estate is, that's kind of something that I've found out is you really have to have either that support or be able to support yourself in that first year because obviously you're not making hourly, wages where you can, pay the bills just by going to work X amount of hours every week. And so, with that being said, I really just need to figure out kind of that side of it, which I'm, still doing right now currently. But just having that goal of being able to put as much time as possible into real estate and just working, with your team, hopefully, and being able to stay down here. It's going to really depend on kind of the housing situation and, if I can find somewhere, close enough to be, in this area, which is pretty expensive down here, right here down next to the coast.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not. Yeah, that checkbook will take a hit. Absolutely.
Well, hopefully you'll sell the houses around here too.
Hopefully. That's why I'm here, and I absolutely love the area, and I love being on this team, and just learned so much from being around you, and just with the rest of the team too. I've learned so much, and I love the people that I meet too. When I come out here.
What made you do the transition from finance into the real estate?
Yeah, it's a great question. So for me, I've always been a big finance guy. The second I turned 18, I always joke that I had a midlife crisis early in my life where I turned 18 and I realized, oh my gosh, I can be trading stocks. I started to get on social media and I just started to see a lot of young guys doing really, really well. And they were setting up online businesses. They were trading stocks, crypto, things like that. And it just fascinated me that you don't need to be some, 40-year-old businessman to make money anymore, because everything's so accessible on the internet now. You can go research anything, and now with AI, you can find out anything you want within 2 seconds.
Exactly.
And so, so I was always super into that. So I actually came to Fullerton for a degree in wealth management. That's what I originally came into finance for. Was some type of wealth management. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I got to school here and realized that I was doing a lot of crunching numbers behind the computer, and that really just wasn't going to make me happy long term. I felt it in my classes. I felt it in the work I was doing outside of my classes. It just really wasn't for me, and I found that out pretty quick. And so I started to kind of pivot a little bit into what else I could be doing. And I kind of thought back and reflected, because I've had a couple of sales jobs in the past that I really liked. And so I kind of figured, what's a good medium between sales and finance? And I kind of fell into real estate. And so with that, I joined, actually pretty similar to the time that I joined your team.
Yes.
I joined the Real Estate Association at Cal State Fullerton.
Right.
And that really just opened my eyes to the amount of resources, the amount of support that I had around me, and just how amazing the industry was, just from the standpoint of just the growth that's available, as well as just doing something new every day, because that's something that I wasn't going to be doing in wealth management.
Yeah.
That is a key thing in life, right? Have something fun to do every single day.
Yeah.
Right?
When you love what you do, you're going to be successful. No matter what.
Exactly. And I can tell you love your job.
Yeah. It doesn't even feel like a job.
And it sounds like, in listening to what you're saying, and you too, Lisa, really, that real estate's not really for the faint of heart either, because it's not an 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday. And you don't get a weekly or a bi-weekly paycheck coming in, right? You don't get paid until you sell something.
Of course.
So it's kind of a feast and famine type of business. However, and people sit there and say, oh, but you're making all this money. Yeah, but that money might have to get you through 6 months.
Yeah,
right?
You have to be really good with your finances. So his finance major will come in handy when he's doing his budgeting and in between sales, and hopefully you'll get in the rhythm where you're doing like 3 or 4 deals at a time, like you're closing multiple a month.
Right.
And
I can see it now.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like you're also in the trading then on the stock market, so you've got some stock that you're already trading?
I do, yeah. So I've been in like a lot of mutual funds for a while. I used to do a lot of options and futures trading, and I actually had a little Discord server where I would teach other people how to trade as well, and that really kind of sparked my interest when I was doing things like that, just to kind of have my own business and work for myself.
Cool.
And so those kind of things I think also led me to this industry as well.
Maybe he could do that on that platform.
He can do that on that platform.
Like
that's
teaching on that platform that he just mentioned.
I've got some
the podcast.
ideas that just popped in my head for that. When I bought my first house from Lisa, I was in the stock market and I played individual stocks and stuff like that. I bought a bunch of stock in a company called PeopleSoft, and it was an HR company. And I bought it. It was a penny stock at the time, right? I bought it for, I think it was like 55 cents a share, and I bought 1,000 shares of that. And then some company came around and bought it for like $27 a share, and that company just happened to be Oracle.
Oh wow!
So there was my down payment on the
my
house.
God. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Oh, you were rolling.
So it was a
a
nice
good time.
chunk of change that.
Yeah.
It's a real good chunk of change. $55 to $27. That's
55 cents.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
55 cents to 20. Oh my goodness.
That's a big jump.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was.
Well, there's a success story.
There's one right
it's
there.
Good
Yeah,
but
timing.
there's a lot of failures behind that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We don't need to talk about those.
No.
What are you talking about? I know nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what is your biggest fear about going into real estate, or the things that you've learned since been shadowing the team and hanging out with us?
When I think about my biggest fear getting into real estate, I really don't have a fear that pops up in my head. But I think for me, and this is just kind of in life for me right now, and I'm still working on this, and I've actually gotten a lot better with it over the past 8 months working with you, is my public speaking.
Great.
So I really, in the past, I've been okay with it. I get in my own head a lot, and I'll do, well with some type of public speaking, and then I feel like I go backwards sometimes. And I felt like I was kind of in that cycle for a long time until I started working with you guys, and I was hopping on cold calls, I was door knocking, and I've just been doing so much of putting myself out there that it just becomes easier and easier every day to, just do that and speak publicly. And so that's kind of my biggest thing that I've been working on, and just putting myself in the situations to just improve with that, just to always, if there's an opportunity for me to public speak, I'm going to go try to do it.
Amazing.
It's funny. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one. It feels like sometimes I'm taking 3 steps backwards and 1 step forward.
Mm-hmm. You would never know that he's nervous because he just is such a great presence. He's a very strong presence in front of people.
I appreciate it. I try to be.
And they would never know, like, you're just interning or not even like licensed yet. You're just such a natural with people and likable, and you're able to expand on the conversations.
Oh, Lisa, you're making me blush over here. You guys can't see.
He's similar to me. Like, I love to learn everything, right? And I can see that in you too.
his fire.
You're a sponge, and then because not that you want to become an expert in everything, because I don't want to become an expert. I want to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to lift the lid up. I want to look inside and see all the gears turning, and what makes it work.
Why is it working?
Lisa's always on me, like when I'm doing stuff and creating documents. It's like, dummy it down, Barry. There's too much information on here.
Well, so for me, Barry, I think we're similar in that way, because I like to say I have a linear relationship between my confidence and my preparation. Because if I don't feel prepared for something that I'm going to say, something that I'm going to do, especially when I'm going to meet someone and I'm going to provide some type of service or value to them, if I'm not prepared for that, I have a hard time being confident.
You can't be confident.
Because, you have to think through things. You don't know exactly how you're going to tackle it.
I learned that about you.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm so
and it
glad
shows.
that
It shows.
I understand that about Jake, because I definitely want to support that and make
Which
sure
you do a
that-
great job of.
Oh, thank you.
And I've had meetings with people where you can tell, I hate to say it this way, but they're half-assing. They're not prepared. They're half-assing it, and they're blowing smoke up your rear end because, this is what it could be. Like, well, no, I need to know what it is. That's what I'm looking for, right? And so it's good to know that that's the type of person that you are, that you're not going to speak about it unless you know about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, you'll definitely gain the confidence of your clients. Do you feel that you've overcome that fear, if you will, or that uneasiness?
I think I am every day.
Much more comfortable.
I think, honestly, when I think about the people that I want to model myself off of, in my life, the people that I've looked up to, I'm sure they're nervous too. I'm sure they have nervous moments as well.
Such a good point.
And so for me, I think there's just, if you can just be on this constant wave of improvement, and even if you are taking 3 steps back, which I do struggle with, and I feel like I lose confidence in that way, but as long as you can keep taking those steps forward, and at the end of the week, end of the year, I started here and I ended here.
Exactly.
That's really what I want to focus on.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of, Lisa? We had a podcast in season 2 about the imposter syndrome.
Yes, we did.
Right? Remember?
Yeah, this topic we're talking about.
And sometimes you feel like an imposter because you don't have
all of the
that information that you need.
Yeah.
And there's times you're just like, Lisa has it, I have it all the time too. It's a natural thing. Everybody has it because you just don't know. As I've always said, we talked about it this morning.
Yeah.
How do you know what you don't know if you don't know what you don't know? But it's true.
But that's when the opportunity arises that will have you learn. That's when the learning curve comes in.
Right.
Absolutely.
Which is such a golden moment. It's just so amazing. And so, I've been doing this 21 years now, and I just learned something new on a deal recently. Like I said, I thought I knew everything that you could possibly know about things that could potentially go wrong in a real estate transaction or a business deal or whatnot. And I just learned a whole nother thing just the other day. So it's a constantly changing career, and that's what's so fun about.
Well, and kind of going back to I think the reason why college is important too is exactly that, where you've been in the industry 21 years and you're still learning. And I think the most important takeaway from school is that you're training your brain to be in this continuous state of learning. Because when you go into the workforce and you're going to do an entry-level job, let's say, and you start learning and you get all the systems down the first week, and then you stop learning.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're going to be able to grow at that company just with that little bit of information that you have gathered and learned.
Right.
You have to be constantly learning, and you're not going to ever excel or succeed in whatever industry you may be in if you're not just continuously learning and have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the biggest takeaway.
It's funny that you say that because, as I alluded to earlier, I'm a sponge. I like to continuously learn, and I'm 64 years old, right? And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And I went to college at Harvard in 2014 in my 50s. So it's like education is extremely important.
Never too late to go back to college and further your degrees.
But I want to define education can be anything, right?
Yes.
It's not, universities or stuff like that.
It's hands-on.
As you mentioned, your first week on the job, the second week on the job, and the first month on the job, right? There's always things that can be learned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always trying to figure out ways to do it better. I feel like I'm BASF, right? BASF, where I don't make anything, but I want to improve it and make it better.
Well, that's good. That's what makes you who you are. You're really good at all of the details and comprising them.
I do.
together.
I mean, I'm a detail-oriented type guy. Well,
but Jake, I think what you're also referencing is that when you are a college student, that's when you do have the ability to achieve new habits for yourself, like
absolutely
in learning, in the work-life balance, in taking that out into the real world,
right,
so to speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and just being able to balance things and organize and just be able to, have those traits that you can take on with you and, just take it to whatever industry. And that, and that's the cool thing too, is that school's so broad that you can apply the lessons that you learn there and what you learn about yourself to whatever you go on to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to just be real estate. It doesn't have to be business in general. You could go and just, apply it to life.
Exactly.
So I think that's super important.
Yes.
it is important.
Definitely.
It's just education is an ongoing thing. And it doesn't matter how old you are. When we're in our 90s, we're still going to be learning something.
I hope so.
I'm probably going
Gotta
to be
keep
learning
our
how to
mind
put
sharp.
my teeth in my mouth right side up instead of upside down.
I remember there was a couple months ago, I think, or maybe early when you first joined the team, you were very like, I want to learn all this now. I want to know how to do it all like now.
Oh, yeah.
And I think now you are more comfortable with the process of learning and achieving new goals within the job. And
Absolutely.
So I see you more relaxed and also growing the confidence. And so I think that's just such a great thing for you in a job and also at school, just to be really hungry for the knowledge and wanting to learn. And it's all going to come because you have, that passion and desire. So
Yes, the passion
you can take
for
it
that,
to exponential levels.
Jake, you and I have seen each other many times, and I remember when I first met you, the very first day, and then a couple more times, and then at the Easter egg hunt, and then today. I can just tell the transformation of how you're becoming, right?
I appreciate that.
Obviously, we're sitting there, and we're talking to you in this podcast here. You have a bunch of knowledge now that you've learned about real estate. Let me ask you this. In the next 5 years, 10 years, where do you expect yourself to be?
Well, in the next 5 to 10 years, I really expect myself to just find my groove. That's really my main thing. So I see myself putting as much time as possible in the first couple of years into real estate while I'm still supporting myself with a second job, most likely. And then after that, just kind of slowly start segueing my time into doing real estate full time. And then what I would like to happen eventually is just kind of work mainly off referrals and mainly off people coming to me knowing who I am, saying, you've done this great job for so-and-so. We heard about you. We'd love to come work with you. And then start, building my own team around that and being able to just kind of just take it with the wind and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then eventually too, a goal of mine, and it has been for a long time since I turned 18, was to own a rental property. And that's actually even before I ever thought about getting into real estate. So that's kind of another reason for me why this made a lot of sense, because obviously if I get into real estate, I can kind of work my own deal there, which I would love to do eventually as well.
Exactly.
And you get a discount too, right?
That's right.
You don't have to pay
Big
your
old
fee.
discount.
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yes. Having rental property and having your passive income streams, I mean, that's the ticket, right?
I've heard
an early retirement.
Yeah, I keep hearing over and over that millionaires and billionaires have at least 7 streams of income.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I can get to that 7 streams,
then you'll know you hit it.
The faster the better,
We're
right?
still looking for our first
I
one,
like
aren't we?
it. We got to do a teaching episode on that, the 7 streams of income. I like that.
7 streams.
7 is my
Actually, I
favorite
like
number.
that, yeah, that's,
So let's drop
wait,
that
I
down.
thought you were an 8.
Well,
Did you change on me?
No, that's our life path number.
Oh.
But 7 is my favorite
We work with
number.
too many numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you're a finance guy, right? So
Well, that's true. I can't say too many.
Keep all the beans over here, Lisa. Don't give him any beans. He'll take off with them.
So what's the first thing you're going to do when you get your license?
First thing I'm going to do is just put as much time as possible just into real estate. So figure out what that schedule is going to look like for me, and really just give myself something that's doable, not something that I'm going to kill myself with and I'm just going to be overworked. Really something that's achievable that I can do every single day, every single week, every single month, and then from there just start building and building and building until I get to the point where I'm doing real estate full time and I'm really getting in my groove, and I just start to get to this point where I'm getting referrals, I'm doing all sorts of deals, I'm able to help out other beginner realtors maybe.
Exactly.
And just continue to work with the team.
Yeah.
That's my main goal for sure.
I'm so excited to put you out there in the forefront.
I can't wait.
We've already dabbled him out there, and like he said, he's gotten quite a few relationships already. So
I love
you
every
keep
second
adding to
of
your
it.
LinkedIn, I think.
I sure do.
Right?
Oh yeah, that was a funny moment too. One of my first REA meetings, actually, we had a LinkedIn workshop, and I kind of put mine up there. He asked the class if anybody wants to be vulnerable and show their LinkedIn. I go, well, I do, because I just wanted to get advice about mine.
Yeah, that was cool.
And at the time, I had 14 connections on there, and a couple of experiences. And so he puts it on the whiteboard. He puts it in front of the whole class and goes, what's the first thing I'm going to think when I see this as an employer? And I go, well, I don't know. And he goes, I'm going to think you made this yesterday. You have 13 connections. And I go, well, got laughed at by the whole class. I go, fair enough. So that day I got there's a free trial for LinkedIn. I think now it's actually 90 days.
For the gold or
for the
Premium
gold,
or
yeah.
whatever? Yeah.
And so my problem was I was doing personalized messages to everybody. So I was trying to reach out to professors, to faculty members at my school, and then also I was trying to reach out to members of the agency because I started recently working with you guys. And so I realized I couldn't send a direct message to every person I was that I was trying to connect with.
Right.
And so I figured out that you get unlimited with the gold.
Yes.
And so from there, I just spent about 3 or 4 days just spam inviting all these people and started getting my list up. And then from there, I had kind of this baseline where when I would meet people in person, I'd show them my LinkedIn.
You were instantly adding them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple hundred
Smart.
connections so that when I gave it to somebody in person, it wouldn't be like, I'm your third connection here. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So just kind of having that that kind of credibility was really good. And then just being able to get a lot of, I actually had a lot of high profile people come and add me with the gold. Which
that's great.
I thought was pretty interesting. I had a couple of CEOs and a couple of brokerage owners, and it was just a really good way to get connected. Like I didn't even reach out to them. So if anybody hasn't done the LinkedIn Gold 90-day free trial, I 100% recommend it.
Great.
It is super, super helpful and can really get you out there as far as your networking.
Yeah, there's business to be had just from LinkedIn.
For
Definitely.
sure.
Create those relationships.
There is. I mean, I have, 7,000 or something like that. But I have a reach in all the groups I belong to now about 14 million people.
And that's
so when I post
incredible
something,
value.
It goes out to all these groups and then out to 14 million people. And
there's people that would probably be pay you for that.
I don't know. Maybe they will.
He's got some gold in there. We need to just have Barry let us see those lists.
I post
Start
our stuff
calling
in
them.
there.
It's a whole lot of connections.
Yeah, right? So what are your hobbies, Jake? I know we talked all about your goals in real estate and your
What do you like to do when you're not working?
Coming to an end here.
Well, I'm a big basketball guy, and I'm from the Bay Area. So
basketball's going on right now.
Yeah.
Too, so.
recently, my hobbies have been yelling at the Warriors on the TV, hoping they can make some shots.
Wait, aren't you in Laker territory now?
Oh, jeez.
No, he's a loyal fan. He's a loyal fan.
I'm out of my territory, but I'm a big basketball fan. I played in high school, so
there you go.
Yeah, so I still play basketball as much as I can. Big golfer as well.
Nice.
Actually, Lisa's son Anthony, me and him like to get out as much as we can out here in Newport. It's a gorgeous area,
For
so
sure.
tons of nice courses.
I don't follow basketball. I do football.
Yeah.
But not basketball.
Yeah, basketball's on now.
Yeah, it's been the best night of my life or the bane of my existence for the past couple nights.
It's hard to watch your team lose.
It is.
For sure.
It is, and
But every dog has their day. That's what I say. It's all going to come back around.
Hey,
Yeah.
didn't the White Sox finally? Or was it the Cubs? They finally won the World Series once, right? It only took them 80 years.
Right. Yeah, it was a good win. I
Took
know.
you long enough.
So every dog has its days, right?
So they
right
do.
down
It does
there.
go around. All the goodness.
So-
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Well, yeah.
All right.
What a great show. We were happy to have you here and just to recap on Jake. We look forward to your support in his career and his graduation coming up from Cal State Fullerton. You could find him at The Agency in Corona Del Mar on the PCH.
All right.
Or on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, guys. It was super, super cool. I'm so honored to be here, and just the support that you've been giving me, Lisa, for the past 8 months. And, you know, even Barry, you've been helping me out with some stuff too. Just the information and the advice that you've been giving me. I just really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for having me on the show.
Well, you're welcome. I can see that we could probably do a few more podcasts. I mean, this is just 30 minutes, but there's a lot to talk about here.
There is.
Right? And so,
definitely, as he's starting his career, and there's going to be more things that
we'll have to do some check-ins.
Yes, definitely. Like
Yes.
after his first client and the first escrow, if he still likes the business.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, the payday is rewarding for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yes.
for all the hard work, we're dealing with your biggest investment of your life, right? When you're selling or buying a business or a home.
I remember Anthony when he got his first.
Yeah, he was
that day. It was right
excited.
here.
Yeah.
In this conference room, and somebody had called. He was outside with the dog.
From an open house. They
Yeah,
called
from
him.
an open house.
They're
that
like, I
he
want to
did.
speak to Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a
It's
good
like,
feeling.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
That's how
Well,
random it is.
That's a wrap.
Cool. Have a great week, you guys. Look us up on Facebook, The Biz Show, and all the other platforms, Pandora, Google, iHeartRadio. You could find our show there.
Yeah,
Spotify.
we are syndicated, so we're everywhere. Don't forget that we also got picked up on Amazon Music, so we're on Amazon Music now.
Right.
And as well, just a quick announcement I mentioned last week, and maybe the week before, that we are going to be launching next week or so on Social Goats. Social Goats has changed. It's no longer Social Goats. Now it's vidme.io, videome.io. And it's going to be a huge, think of YouTube and Patreon coming together, right? So it's kind of a whole content creation website, if you will.
Brand new.
It's
right?
brand spanking new.
It's gonna take off.
It's in beta right now. It's going to launch the first week in May.
Yeah.
So be
Exciting.
huge. I'll put some links out on our Facebook for people to get in. It's $1 a day, right?
We're
30
gonna
bucks a
have
month.
Jake teach about how to invest in stocks.
Absolutely.
There's going
And
to
the
be
7 streams of income.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. So, we'll have the Biz Show will be there, but also we'll be doing some master classes ourselves on business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Lisa might even jump in there and do some real estate stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to it.
So there could be all kinds of content. It's basically a content-driven site.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Lisa and I will talk to you guys next week.
Next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Biz Show podcast. Subscribe to stay updated and follow Barry and Lisa on Facebook at The Biz Show. Share your comments or suggest specific business topics you'd like to hear. Bye!